Hey, how's it going, everybody? Arcade Bear, uh, already distracting me with DMs on Discord. I didn't realize I was that close to the countdown, but I'm ready. I'm ready, and I already have my Metroid head on. Yeah, already. I was just thinking a good animation would be like having like little hit points come up from my head or something like that while the Metroid head is on. But I don't know. We'll see. Well, we're back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Will this game never end? No, I've been enjoying it. It has been a long game, but I have been enjoying it. So I don't want it to seem, because I'm complaining how long the game is, that I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's just I'm so surprised how long these court cases take. It's like an actual court case. It's taking hours. Yeah, so I mean, I always figured these DS games are like, I don't know, they're just shorter form games, right? But what was Murray was asking about it this morning. What was I saying? It's a long we're over 40 hours now. I wanted to look it up real quick. Yeah. We're at 44 hours on Phoenix Wright. This is the 14th stream of Phoenix Wright, which that usually when I get over 10 streams of a game, that is like, this is a long game. Now, to put it in perspective, I did spend like over 50 hours on Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2. So don't talk about long games when you get into some of those Legend of Zelda games too. All of them were over 40 hours. So yeah, you get your value out of this DS game. It is a visual novel, Evil Bud. It's exactly how I feel like I'm sitting here reading a manga to everybody. I know everyone's waiting for me to get to Pokemon Gold, but we're getting there. I'm surprised this set of games has taken me a while to get through. So, but we're gonna play this. I don't think this one will be very long, and then we'll get to Gold. I got my stack of games here. And then we're gonna play Skyward Sword HD, which I haven't even taken the wrapping off of yet. And then Hollow Knight. So it does. So when I quote those hours on games, it does. Those are just my stream times, and it does include arcade modes and this. So it does include me talking and breaks and words on stream, and so it's okay. It's a good way for me to. I have a spreadsheet, and if you add up all the hours, it's interesting too. I have been streaming for 2,278 hours. Or if you were to go over to youtube.com/jfriestv and watch all the videos and never sleep, it would take you 94, almost 95 days to watch all of J Fries. Oh, you think Hollow Knight will be the one? Really? You think Hollow Knight will break me? Wow. That's tough words. I thought Castlevania 64 was going to break me, and I did not let it do that. I was so Castlevania 64 was so difficult and so janky. Let's just say janky. That I was like, oh my god, why am I playing this without saved states? I must be crazy. And I was there's nothing like overcoming adversity to making you feel good. Like, even though I felt bad playing it, beating that game made me feel good. So Oh, really? Oh, no. I don't know. Some of these Castlevania games have been not just Castlevania 64, like some of these more recent ones too, like Circle of the Moon. Took a lot of perseverance too. So, well, I'm hoping I won't disappoint when it comes to Hollow Knight. That's true. But Spirit Tracks is different. The way I got around on Spirit Tracks was I did use saved states because I was using an emulator, and I started using saved states. It's true. So I do not have that crutch. Like, I am actually worried about this game, this Castlevania Chronicles game, because I am playing it on a PlayStation and I will not have saved states on it. And so this is very similar to the original Castlevania, and so I am worried about this, but we'll see. That's cool. I've heard so much great things about Hollow Knight, so okay. Some of the boss fights are just like pull your hair out type of situations. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Well, yeah, all right. So Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, we are on day 3. We just did a very long day 2 of the court case, or the second day of the court case. God, what the hell's happened? There's like once again there's another court case that this is all tied into. Like the cowboy was impersonating this other detective for some reason, we don't know why. I still don't believe that the lady who wants to do this is the one. I don't know. This is so confusing. Thank you, Arcade Bear. 13 months. Yeah, it's a lucky number. Thank you so much. Thanks for resubscribing. So yeah, there we go. I should put that. It just says the Arcade Bear just subscribed for 1 month. We should do something like has been subscribed for how long? We'll fix that. We were gonna fix that. Let me write that down. Fix. So I'm using now. You'll see it says J Frizonator. It's because I am, and I'm not sold on the name. I'm deciding if I like the name or not. I am using Mix It Up for that stuff now. So Mix It Up is now doing my bots, and it is also controlling Skycam and Beardcam and a few other things. Yeah, I like your name. Coin Dispenser's good. It's a real user. Yeah, I couldn't come up with a name. We started with there is a thing called a Fryinator. And a Fryinator is the little fry machine that you see at like McDonald's and stuff like that. That is called a Fryinator. And so it's spelled a little differently. So it's not quite spelled the same. But so it started with that. Actually, I wanted to go with BowserBot. BowserBot's taken. And then I was like, J Fry's BowserBot. And then I was like, I don't want it to be BowserBot. Deep Fryer. I'm just amazed at how many names are taken on Twitch. That's what I'm amazed with. Deep Fryer. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. So I went with J Frizonator a little bit as an homage to Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb, because every like evil thing he created was for the had a nader on the end of it, and so I was like, oh, we'll just put it as the J Frizonator. The J Frizonator. So that's what we thought we'd have. That was actually a terrible impression of Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I do much better. I have to gear up my voices for Phoenix Wright. I don't know why I'm always so compelled to do voices while I'm reading this thing, but I do. I know. That's what. Yeah, when you said, "Oh, it's like the Terminator," it's like, "Oh, of course it's like the Terminator," and then I was like, "Now I don't like it." so, so a little bit is what you had mentioned, Murray. Ah, yeah, people are gonna think it's about the Terminator. Well, it's not about terminating things. So, yeah, yeah, that's better. Ah, Perry the Platypus. Yeah. I need to hear it a few times to get back. There is a building here in Orlando near us that looks a lot like Dr. Doofenshmirtz's building. And that building has been, it's a kind of a joke building because no one is using the building. It is being built by some religious company. And they're not taking any loans out. So they have been working on it for over 20 years. And so it is unoccupied. And so like every April Fool's, you're like, grand opening of this building. And, you know, we know it's not going to be there. Another joke you always see is like, it's like Western time and you see it in the background and stuff like that. But what I did once was I took the Dr. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated sign and put it on the building, and I thought it was like the funniest thing ever. Well, use your name. That would be odd. Why is Murray always telling people to subscribe? Or type !beard to learn about beard products. Why is he doing that? Anyway, all right, let's get started. As always, we can take a break and play a game off the arcade machine like Qix. Qix. It's a kind of a fun little game, and I remember it as a kid. It was awesome. Does not have to be Qix. Oh my goodness. Look, my button didn't work. There it goes. It doesn't have to be Qix. It can be any of the games on that arcade list. It only costs 2,000 channel tokens, and if I beat the high score, I'll put your name on the high score list. I don't know why I amuse myself sometimes. I just do. All right. Here we go. Slide this over. Get my trusty pin out. Qix is for kids. No, that was Tricks. Tricks is for kids. But nice try. But see, Qix is also a cereal. So, all right, we're back. It's after the court case, and we're back at our law offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. You say, I'm part of the Rhythm Nation. That's what she said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserves. All right, so basically she is confessing to messing with evidence in the old case 2 years ago in order to get a conviction on the serial killer. And she was also a witness. So yeah, that happened too. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident, the case from 2 years ago, was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark was the serial killer. Sounds like everyone heard about these killings but me. Of course. All right. Okay. I have to kind of get into this. Lana wanted Drake convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What happened to you? Oh, what do you mean, what happened to you? Hey, Kai. It's all there in the file. Oh, so you've made way too much food? Is that what you're saying, Murray? Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? Well, see, that's Joe Dark. On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Oh. Officer Marshall's Oh my god. Oh, why so yawny? Sorry if that gets contagious. I try not to yawn on stream. Officer Marshall's brother Neil was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness to the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Alright, well, let's talk. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. It's another Neil. It's not the way Neil spells his name. A lot of people misspell his name, N-E-I-L, but that's not how he spells his name. It is Neil, but it's N-E-I-L in this game. And he's dead. And he's the cowboy's brother. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seems like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Hey, Blood. Blood Hunter, I guess I should say. Saying blood doesn't sound good. Hey, Blood Hunter. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out suddenly. I have been doing well. This game is long, but it's been fun. A bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. Uh-oh, last days of freedom. An English teenager? What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can see it now. Permanent picture? I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall, so you weren't able to testify about that. No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly, Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Interesting. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? I mean, if that's what you can see, and you're like, I don't know if he killed that guy. I would say, yeah, no, he killed that guy. I mean, even if you hadn't seen it, like, who else is gonna rush in and kill him? I don't get that. Drake knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. What if she did the crime? What if she's the murderer? And that's why Lana is fessing up to it. She's been helping too much. There's something that's been puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? Right? Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Okay. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. Oh. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. All right, wait, hold on. I don't think that's what this says. Executive investigators. Oh, yeah, it does say executive investigators. Yeah. Well, what do you know? She was an investigator. I was wrong. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? What, you just go to law school and you just instantly become I don't get how you just can be transferred from one to the other like that. Oh, that's interesting. I'd better have another talk with her. Okay. Well, I don't think I have anything to say for that, so why don't we go over to the detention center. Where is Lana? Yes. I am the part of the Rhythm Nation. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Right, here we go. More info. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen. I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believe in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Okay, here we go. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Okay. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Why are these? It looks like, I don't know. He's part of some sort of like Marvel strike force or something. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? Then he was the vice head of criminal affairs, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. I keep wanting to call him Grant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could later use the experience in court. You want to call him Daddy? Gant's help in the SL9 case was critical in its resolution after that. He became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the chief detective was no doubt Damon Gant. Yes, Detective Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office? We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when the last murder took place, when he tried to murder Emma. Hey, Pocket Bear. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Dun dun da. Doing well, doing well. It's a lazy Sunday. It's probably why I'm already yawning. Neil's in there, on asleep on the couch. Although now that I said it, he seems to always hear me when I'm streaming, so maybe he's like, what? And now he'll be in here in a second. Detective Gant and Prosecutor Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages when Dark must have panicked. He waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Detective Gant and myself. That's where he found me. Maybe. It does seem like it's taking forever to finish this game. So, you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana. It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Oh, cool. Pocket Bear. This is the last trial. This is the last trial for this game. This is the last episode. I think there's only one more day left in the trial because all the trials last only 3 days. Yeah. Yeah. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems, Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. Yeah, this is the English DS version. Apparently, this case is not on the Japanese version. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after all her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, huh? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Not too many. Not too many. It's been pretty good. I wanted to say there's at least 2 that I've encountered. And it wasn't that bad. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. Yes, he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. You saying there's going to be evidence from like 2 years ago in there? Are we going to find that like Mr. Dark wasn't the serial killer? It was Damon Gant the whole time. And I would have gotten it away with with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. Alright, I don't think there's anything I need to show her. Yeah, please don't say anything. These are all my theories. You get to hear my thinking as I'm playing this game, and I have a lot of theories. Now, I definitely knew Mr. Marshall was faking. I knew he was the guy in the white coat. I totally pegged him as being an all mysterious dude. And I don't trust the cough-up queen lady. She's suspicious too. What I don't get is why she's confessing to this murder. Don't get it. Anyway. I don't see her motive. Alright, so let's go to... Let's see. February 24th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. The head of the department seems the same, though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later. In other words, don't come here. Bye. I knew it. He's sleeping on the couch, so I don't think he was the killer. Uh-oh. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turn out the way they did. Wait, I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, sera. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? You should know my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. What? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. What the hell does that mean? Billy? Exactly. Must be his pet cactus. Oh, okay. His cactus died? Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prosecutors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Huh. Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Okay. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. Like, you know, he has this knife, and that's the knife he used to attack the other guy. Anyway. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on us all. On all of us. Hey, Golden. How's it going? the scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. Actually, I think his brother looks better than him. It's the hair. That long hair. I mean, long hair is good on some guys, but this guy, it looks weird. Doing well. He was the one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You don't mean King of Prosecutors. Not that again. What are you looking at me for? What are you looking at me for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. Now I had long hair at one point. Let's see, where's my badge? Here's let's see if I don't know if this will show up on the screen. See if this will show up very well. There's me with long hair and no beard. And I'm also showing my name on stream. There you go. That was a long time ago. We can tell. So this is a badge for a place I worked with. We duplicated discs. So that's how long ago it was. Thanks. I know, exactly. The day of the SL9 incident took place. What was it? Wait, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was dizzying the morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. It was the exact same day? I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. Was Lana trying to get rid of it, maybe? Maybe she was trying to cover up that she faked the evidence. Especially the knife, because remember, we found the knife in the tailpipe. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are we talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Yeah, that's what I thought. Gant and Skye are somehow together with this. Chief Detective Damon Gant and his second in command, Lana Skye. I knew they were showing this photo again. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Boom, 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 boom. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, What happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina. But her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret? It all started 2 years ago. So that must be why she's So, there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was clearly enlightening. Or certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. You know, one thing I never examined was, oh wait, hold on. See, it has a handprint on it. So actually, what I want to do... What I was thinking is... Here, back. Record. Where's my spray? Get my spray out. I want to spray him. I want to get that fingerprint. I want to get the fingerprint off of him. Oh well. Okay, where to go next? We've been there. I guess we're going here. Is this where the cough-up queen is going to be? No one's here today, not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 on the day of the crime. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Alright, so there's nothing over here. Go to the High Prosecutor's office. Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. Guess we'll just have to come back later. Ah! Nowhere to go. There, went there. Went there. All right. Let's see. Okay, so this is different. This place is always pretty empty. Today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others. Oh, this is the chief. They're all in the conference room. Thanks. Well, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying, what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement of the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just head across the hall to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Alright. We're just gonna go up there, I guess. Alright, here we go. Oh my god! He's got a giant organ in his office? What the hell? What is he, like Phantom of the Opera? What the hell? Whoa! Where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? I guess so. Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was. Huh. Uh-oh, you've attracted Gant. Ah! Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Mr. Wright, have you been swimming lately? Why does he ask about swimming all the time? He's weird. No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Miss Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall? I'm sorry. See that big picture on the wall over there? Oh, yeah. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it together to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. It's the vase! I see the vase! The vase! The broken vase! And why is the statue in it? I can't quite seem to put my finger on it. They're gonna pop into life? Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm gonna lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. You mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. We need to get a warrant. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us to looking around in there. You mean like clues? Gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. All right. A warrant? Can we go talk to a judge? I was thinking Gumshoe can get us in. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe. Were you in a meeting? I was, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long in the meeting? Actually, I had to serve everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Hey, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No, why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle between you two in court. That sounds serious. It is because of what my sister said. Is it? That's basically That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Bowser! Alright, hold on just a second. I need some sort of transition here. I have to think about what it needs to be. Alright, hold on, Pocket Bear. I will be right back. Gant's character theme when he appears on screen is name. Oh, is it that you're saying the song is that? Let's see, can I still wear this? What is this gonna do if I wear this on top? That doesn't really work, does it? That looks terrible. There we go. And I turned down the air, so hopefully I won't burn up. It's not too bad here. And it's always comfy. The Bowser onesie is like a warm hug. All over your body. All right, let's get back to this. Yikes. Alright, so let's talk to Gumshoe. But why would Edgeworth be so blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence he presents in court. Not only that, but as you know, there've been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. Those who don't like him haven't been able to do anything because of his amazing talent as a prosecutor. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only had that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Yeah, Dick doesn't want to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took let's see. Gumshoe. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems generally concerned for Edgeworth. Well, what did you find out? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Yeah. Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. A witness? I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? Pocket Bear? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Oh. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes. But it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then a kid who walked by, and he killed him too. And a jogger came up to the scene and, well, finally, and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence, so he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of the questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, he must mean Emma. Okay, so he said show him the knife. Whoops. About this. Hey, don't tell me that's... It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you going to do with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly appeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. What? How does this all come together? Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me the knife, it all came back to me. Oh, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. Ah! This knife was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, and it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you see it's broken. You don't have to take a look. Take a good look at to notice that. Yeah. Well, anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. Probably inside someone. That's what did him in. Where was it? I guess Marshall? Yeah, the victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Drake's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Okay. Well, there you have it, in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern a chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now, and his office is locked, but we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Oh, I don't know, is it? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would change his mind. Let's do this. Let's show him the picture. A lot of stuff in the court record for this one. Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your trap shut. I'll keep that in mind. Geesh. That must be his I don't want to talk. How about we show him the vase? About that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Somewhere. Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Yeah, no, I think there are a lot of references in this game. It's like I'm the chief police. I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where could I have seen that before? Well, it's... in the picture! Hey, Kirik! mean, it's right there. Look. Look, right there. That's it, right there. Right there. Between Neil and Lana. Right there. Right there. Right there. Okay, what else can I show him? I'm doing well. How are you doing? I mean, what if I presented this to him? I've been studying up those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. To think people are accusing him of injustice. I, for one, ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, the serial killer was on the loose. But Lana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark guilty. Why did she need to? Oh, cool. I had never played it before. I've always seen it, and of course there's a lot of memes of Phoenix Wright. Like, objection! And all that stuff. I had seen it before, but just never thought to play it. He is pretty devoted to Edgeworth, isn't he? What if we were to spray him? Gotta be something I can present to him. He kept getting objection. I don't understand. I show him this. About that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Here! It's right here! It's right there! Right there! It's right there! Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. That's it! It's in the chief's office! Chief Gant? Where could I have seen that before? Ah! I don't know what else to show him. I already tried that. Doesn't matter. Tried that. No. showed him this. Oh, I wonder if he has something more to say. If I need to go back to the talk. That's probably what it is. Oh. He's got to let us in. You can do just about anything these days with a card and a security number. Secret number is scary. It's only scary because you keep dropping your card, Detective Gumshoe. I forget my secret number a lot too. I'm scared of myself. But I'm me after all. And what could be wrong with that? I'll stay out of this conversation. Don't see. He does look like he's very snuggleable. Where else to go if that's not the place? Oh. High Prosecutor's Office. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. I'm sure he is. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. Ah, what are you doing here? He sure is quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? Ha! I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to. Nothing I can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that's the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuse I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep his kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for a trial tomorrow? Huh. First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems like all you do is worry me. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought this case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? That list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but at the time, there was only one thing on my mind. I'd use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Does it now? Take something back? Yes. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right, of course. So he would bring the body over. That's right. Oh my. Are there gay undertones to this? Oh, no, I don't want to present that. I wanted to present the picture. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Marshall has is holding... It's a little different than yours. Yeah, it is. Yes, you're right. It has a sword. I remember now. Remember what? That was the official prosecutor's trophy used until that time. There's a story behind it. A story? Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Okay. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. You mean the amount? One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other! Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So, chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. King of Prosecutor's Trophy, updated in the court record. I wonder if the knife that's stuck in him is actually the one from the trophy. Okay. Did you help us at all? I don't know if you helped us. Is there anything else to show him? I guess I could show him that autopsy report. Oh, it does, huh? Yeah, that's true. A halberd is that. I know that from my D&D days. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you. Yeah, this is just his. I don't want to talk about that. I have examined this room. Well, first of all, he has flowers. Oh wait, I didn't get that ball of paper. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what the girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... He's resigning! If you can't read, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Mr. Wright. I feel as if something's inside me has died. Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Oh no, I think he's serious. He should come to our side. He should be defending people. He should join our law firm. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Yeah, we're going to go show it to Gumshoe, and Gumshoe's going to be like, oh no, I've got to help him, and let us into the office. That's got to be it. All right, let's go back. Oh, there's something here. But actually what we're going to do is we're going to save. We're going to take a quick break. I got to use the bathroom. Oh, let me set up words on stream real quick. Oh, thanks for following. Well, that's not creepy at all. All right. All right. All right. We're going to take a quick break, play a little bit of words on stream, and I'll be right back. See you in a second. sorry. I was on mute. Oh no. Thank you. I was muted my microphone. I am back. It's game over. Well, thanks for allowing me to have a break. Hey, Senor Pollo. All right. Shall we continue? All right. All right, we're in the... Excuse me. Oh no, it's the cough up queen. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. What? Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. This is a very long case. It's still going. Everyone in the trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. She is quite interesting. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star hatred towards Lana. Yeah, it definitely, yeah, I've had to, the fingerprint stuff was interesting because, yeah, you had to put the powder and then you blew it off to have the fingerprint on there. I thought that was kind of cool. All right, let's talk to her. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Show this picture again. Lana and Chief Grant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we're so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. The items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. She didn't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties, most without even so much as an explanation. Then, Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 years ago, Gant was chief detective and Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence, you mean? Oh yes, they were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Interesting. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. How could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be better chief than I've been. I hope you a better chef than I've been. What? She's selling lunches and she's not a good chef? That's not good. All right. Hey, Zab, how's it been going? All right, let's see. I don't wonder if there's anything to present to her. I mean, I guess we could present the knife to her. The only thing I can give you now is a poppy seed rice set. Okay, whatever. I'm doing okay. Stream's going fine. Let's see. Let's go back to the police department. Let's see if we can now show Gumshoe something. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you into the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. Office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make Detective change his mind. Yep, we're gonna show him the resignation. DJ Gumshoe? Maybe if D stood for something else. Alright, here we go. We're gonna show him the resignation letter. That's it. That'll get his attention. What's the scrumpled piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. At first I thought he was cold as ice, but now I know different. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. What? Here, take my ID card. Can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook for another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all. Alright, hold on. I gotta go to break.